What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Still feeling under the weather, but we are powering through. I am in the head cold phase of what I have got going on, so I sound like probably even worse. What we're going to talk about today, I know I have a comic book on the screen. This is going to be kind of comic book specific, but you can kind of take this into any avenue of collectibles that it is very important to educate yourself because a potential $3,000 mistake was almost made. Error, scam. I don't really know what we want to call this. We'll get into it. A few of the other channels that I follow have discussed this already. I know Reggie Collects has talked about it. Journos, Comics, and Pop Culture has talked about it. I assume Swaggle House and them discussed this on the comic book roundtable the other night. I just haven't had a chance to get caught up on that yet. What happened was Marvel, in their infinite wisdom, put this out. This is Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. However, they made a facsimile edition. This just came out not that long ago. I think 6-8 months ago, maybe. Why they decided to do this, I mean, I don't know why they decided to do it, money. But why they decided to make it look so close to the original. If you don't know what you're looking for, you could very easily get got on this. And that's actually what happened. Somebody got. We don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't say we. I'm speaking of just myself personally. I don't know if it was intentional, unintentional, whatever, because I could easily see this going both directions. We'll get into the specifics on that in a second. But Marvel made a facsimile edition of this. Normally, when it's graded by CGC, they put facsimile edition at the top, like you could see here. Ultimate Fallout 4 facsimile edition. This sells for 60, 70 bucks, maybe 50 bucks, 50 to 70 bucks. This, the real one, no facsimile edition, sells for $3,000, give or take. Big difference, obviously. Now, let's get into, there's two very easy ways to tell them apart. Very easy ways. This is the education piece of this video, because I know that I have people that watch channel that like to dabble in comic books, but maybe don't live in that world. So maybe you look at, hey, first appearance of Miles Morales, that's a pretty good one to get. Let me grab one of these, tuck it aside, and circle back to that later in life. Good investment piece, whatever. But if you don't live in this world every single day, this is something that can potentially sneak past you. And this is why this is important, regardless of what you're doing. Cards, comics, whatever, ticket stubs, doesn't make a difference. Make sure, especially on a larger purchase, that you're doing your due diligence and you make sure you know exactly what you're buying, even if it is graded. So, your two distinguishing factors here are the Marvel logo and the barcode. The Marvel logo on the facsimile edition is red with white lettering, and the barcode is, I'm going to use the terms attached to the side of the book, as in it butts right up against the corners, top and bottom, or side and bottom. On the real version, you can see the Marvel logo, not red, it is black, so no red background on it, and the barcode is, I'm going to use the phrase, detached from the edges of the book. It is floating in the bottom left corner, not attached to the bottom left corner, if that makes sense. Once again, red Marvel logo there, black Marvel logo here. These are the two things that you want to see when you are buying a real one. Now, you might say, well, if I'm buying one already slabbed, I'm good. It'll say it right on the label. We're fine. Well, not so fast, my friends. And this is where we get into what actually happened. CGC, in their infinite wisdom, when they use these nice fancy custom labels like we see here, see how we see Miles up in the corner there instead of, the regular CGC label like this one. The custom labels, for whatever reason, they do not denote that this is a facsimile edition. They just put Ultimate Fallout 4. Everything here makes this look legit, unless you know to look for the red logo and the detached barcode, which this book has neither. or has both rather, has the attached barcode rather and the red logo, denoting that this is the facsimile edition. And what do we see here? Sold for $2,900 because someone bought this thinking that it was the real deal. Now, I don't know. Maybe somebody does. I don't know if the seller did this on purpose. Maybe they acquired it secondhand. Maybe they didn't even realize. Maybe they knew exactly what they were doing. I have no earthly idea. I'm not here to speculate on that. This is more of a make yourself aware that things like this exist in the world and do your homework type video. Not everyone go, I don't even know who the seller is. My Slabs hides the sellers now. But this person sold this book. Someone bought it on My Slabs. Now, everything's been taken care of. I talked to Ken. They caught it, or someone reached out to them prior to it breaking on Thursday evening. They were already, when I emailed Ken, they were already aware of it. Ken's the CEO of My Slabs. My Slabs is a sponsor of the channel. So I was curious how they were handling this, just in case I got questions about it. And he said they were already in contact with the buyer and the seller because there was actually two versions of this book sold. There was a CGC 9.8 and a CGC 9.6, both from the same seller. Two different people bought them. Those books are already on their way back to the seller. Refunds are already being taken care of. Everything's good. Sure, My Slabs didn't catch it, but I don't know that any selling platform would catch this. eBay would not have caught this. I don't know most selling platforms would have caught this. The key with the selling platform that you choose is how do they handle it after the fact? And from the sounds of it, My Slabs was super on top of it, which I had a feeling that they would be, having talked to those guys on multiple occasions over the last few months. So that situation's all handled. But once again, just be careful out there. This is, to me, this is a major mistake in the way that CGC is labeling these things. Massive mistake. They have got to fix this. I had talked to Reggie from Reggie Collects very briefly today, and he said that there is, there's some other things. There's multiple shenanigans people pull with the custom labels, because they put the custom label there and it kind of overrides everything else, including some restoration stuff, purple label stuff. We'll get a custom label and it's not purple anymore. The notes will be on the back and stuff, but you got to kind of like dig for it to see what's going on. So to me, this is something that CGC, there's two major problems here. CGC needs to fix the way that they're labeling this on the custom label slip. And two, the root cause here. Marvel, when they make these, they need to make them more distinguishable from the original. I understand it's a facsimile, but something has to be on there that it's more readily known what it is that you're getting. Because like I said, unless you really did your homework on this, I don't know how many people know the difference between the two. And once again, that's the primary reason for me making this video, is just, one, if you're looking at Ultimate Fallout 4, be careful of this. And two, when it comes to any large purchase, and I don't know what a large purchase means, every person that's going to be different. Whenever you're making a large purchase, make sure you're just doing that little extra step of research and do your due diligence there to make sure what you're buying is actually what you think you're buying. As the prices on this stuff gets more expensive, the people that are doing nefarious things, and once again, I don't know what this person was, but people doing nefarious things are going to get better at doing those nefarious things and are going to do them more often. Just be careful out there. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.